Hi, John here, East Cape, North Island, New Zealand, on the coastline. Today I'm going to Gisborne. I'll go and check my heart and get a full medical checkup for running my business as well. But I'm supposed to go to Waikato Hospital and check my heart valves or something like that, and that's next Wednesday. So see what they're going to come out with. It should show pretty good. It shouldn't be a problem. I had a specialist work on me and fix it all up. So I can't see any problems when I see the graph and the readout of the heart. It should be perfect. At the moment, I feel perfect and not a problem. I went for a stroll in the sea and a wash today out there. As you can see, the tide's right in there. I'm sitting on the rocks. Before long, I'll go out and got all my dive gear over here up the front, sitting in the front. But they're too small. They're for my kids, my adopted kids in Philippines when they come Christmas time. But I have to get another one because it's too small. And so I can jump in the sea and go and have a swim. It was warm this morning when I went in the water. So I think it's cold. It's a bit frisky, but got a bit colder in the last 3 days. So I'll just have to get me a potbelly stove and stick it in here and make it warm. I'll make it gas cooker to keep me warm for the winter in here. But I don't think I'll be living in here all the time. Just for now. Um, Temporary in this van, and it's a bit of a mess. I've got my new big computer there. See the mess? And the fridge there. Everything moves around. I've got to get some boards to stick up here so they don't go flying on the ground, and everything goes all over the place. I don't want to show you my bed. It's a mess. Anyway, that's where we are currently. I'll go back up to Auckland, get some meetings on there, and to get the projects going there. And not forgetting that I want to get onto the tidal turbine project with Kui in Denmark. We've got all the plans there to go ahead with that tidal turbine bridge, and I'm just working out how to catch tuna live on the move. You can't catch them and keep them alive. If you catch them on a hook or live, they'll die. They need speed in the water to get the oxygen out of the water. They got no gills like every other fish, so they must keep moving all the time through the ocean. And so I've worked out somehow how to construct an aquafarm for them, and it's quite big. The tidal turbine bridge is 4 kilometres long, can be longer, can make them longer. If we want to make more power, we just make them longer and stick some more turbines in. The turbines come out vertically, out from the centre of the airport, up the top, and big gantry, pull them out, fix them up, and drop them straight through the middle of the building, four stories down into the ocean, right down. So there, that's what it looks like, and about 30 meters diameter, quite big, and only turning 1 RPM. So there, that's the size of that lot, and 25,000 megawatts of power, and that one bridge, and that will power a few things up, and just want to get it going and get the Chinese on the move soon on the Ranfurly Bank at the East Cape. Very, very good place to put it, right in the rough. The roughest places on Earth is the best place for these turbines and for catching big tuna as well in the big rough places. Okay, so that's us. Nobody's going to attempt that before long. We'll have it running, up and running, and the buildings and everything go up as well. The economy will shoot up with the hydrogen fuel and electricity from hydrogen from seawater power, hydraulics. Okay, so that's my trade, hydraulics and mechanics, diesel, A grade here in New Zealand, and also petrol. But the petrol will be going out and it'll all be liquid hydrogen, jet fuel too, and solid metal hydrogen as well. That's between in what's that place? I've got a guy that's doing the tanks for me, for the aircraft, for the Antonov um, M M12, big Antonov, the biggest plane in the world, Russian, to fit them into that to make it run on solid metal hydrogen. So that's Taiwan. He's from Taiwan. My my contract ready to go with him and produce the tanks to go in the Antonov 225 aircraft, a big thing, and lift heavy equipment around, and also it can go into the helicopters as well, the whole solid metal um, hydrogen fuel. Okay, that comes out into ordinary fuel as well as storage of the fuel is the biggest thing. So we have a lot of things going to happen there. That's supposed to happen in 2012, and it's about 12 years late because of this and that in the road, and I couldn't get money from anywhere. No one is prepared to give me money, or not even the New Zealand government or the Scottish government. They wouldn't give me money, so I have to get it myself. Now it looks like I've got it. Okay, so the Saudi bank will get behind that lot soon when I get the documents back from Gregory Cook and also the other organisations here that have a security company with us as well. So that's that. And I'm just going to go into town now, and no drinking, um, no eating food for today. I've got to go take about 3 hours to get to Gisborne, go and have some tests, come back, and next week go into the Waikato Hospital. I don't think it's too bad because I'm buttoning off eating sugar. The sugar has cost me all up in bits, and now I'm feeling better with apple cider vinegar. I'm starting to drink that a little bit at a time with water, clear water, and that should do the trick. That should get me up and running and cleared out and back into health again once I start jumping in the water and go and swim in the cold in the winter too. I'll still jump in the water and go and get some seafood. Won't take long to give me seafood, and keep in touch with my management team from here. And we're getting along pretty good in Auckland, and thanks to Donovan, Katuke, by Toru, and his dad for supporting me and getting the security set up for travel and for here as well on the project, and the bank, especially the bank. So I'm going to get the bank going and the FPOS machines and the use of our new card that will be with the water money currency of the hydrogen jet fuel, rocket fuel, will be the same as any other card to extract money, cash, and other denominations. So I'm going to join BRICS when I get the um, development bank going, Saudi Development Bank going, and with a plan and a big plan right through the Pacific and New Zealand. All the islands will join up and share in the spoils of what I get in funding to the hydrogen development plan and right through the Pacific Islands. So we're going to do that for a start and start here on the East Cape and then go from there and mass produce these 4 kilometre long bridge. That's the airport on top of 4-story buildings. And Juliet Yang in China will build all of that lot and won't take long to put up. As well as the high rise buildings go up as well. But we've got independent 1-story buildings, just like a house, 8 bedroom, 3 garage for executives that come over and stay at the East Cape and watch the sun come up every day. Okay, so there. A number of things we've got a plan for. We clear the land first. We're going to clear the land. And I've got my daughter, Tracy. She's pretty good at real estate and looking after land, whakapapa, and also titles and real estate, as well as the registrar of the court as well. That's her job, is real estate, checking all that goes on the land, and especially the landowners. They're going to go right over the landowners and see who's who. Okay, so there. That's we've got a lot of things going on with me and Pare Rivers and Rabataka and Tracy. Four of us. Tracy's the CEO, and starting to get her head around things, and she takes hold of the whole thing while I keep up with the engineering side of the projects that we're going to do. It's a big job, just that, just signing the contracts, okay, to build everything here, there, and everywhere. It's not just Hapu, it's the whole world and everybody waiting for this hydrogen economy. So there, that's that. And I just want to clear everything out the way. And I've seen what's going on with Gregory and his team. It looks like we have to just contract them whenever we need them, because I'm going straight into the BRICS military police and all there, right through all the countries that we're dealing with, 256 countries and their governments. It's all about the governments and their military to talk to our security team here around us, around the bank, especially the bank and the contracts. Okay, contracts, and also the heads of the government's political movement around BRICS system of tax, and get away from the tax that's in the corporate system at the moment. We won't be doing that at all. It was a conflict to get New Zealand companies to work with us under that tax regime, which is corrupted. And I'm saying that all the time until they're hauled up. And Scarlett goes after them, debt collectors, and also Scarlett and who's the other one? Scarnova, the two biggest debt companies in the world, and also other businesses that we're dealing with to recover debt, and especially the gold that belongs to our trust, and the British King's Crown and the Queen's Crown, defaulted Queen's Crown. Okay, so there, those two crowns make up the legal inheritance for all the claimants who join us, and each member that joins up new will be screened. That's a DNA and everything to make sure their name matches up with their surname and their credentials. That's going to be like that because we can't have anybody bring over bad habits into the Maui Crown East AI Federal Republic Government of Aotea, New Zealand. No other humbug names. That's it. You can't come in there and pretend to be us and you're something else. No, it's not going to work. A clean slate, no more corruption on this side with Maui, is clean face, and no bad image. Okay, no image, and not even carvings. No, because we don't want the wrong impression from Bahia or anybody else who gets put off by the sight of Maori doing haka and things like in business. It don't work. It won't work in business if you have somebody that's looks like aggressive. So we won't have that. We have a clean image, and for the new come up and coming kids, children of the future, will not have any of the rubbish that Biden and Netanyahu terrorists. They are showing you just how pirates operate. All pirates on that side, on the Queen side, on Charlie King make believe side up, and all that side are pirates on the high sea. That's why they have square printing. All my writing is in like square printing, all mixed up because it confuses the hell out of them, and it don't worry me because it still means the same thing. It's just deceiving to have a different system that's from the original quarter record of the Kings. The Kings had a straight run until the Queen got it and stuffed the whole thing up. And look at the mess now. War, 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 war. And war is all they know. And we want to get rid of the war and pack it on them. Pack it in and spend the money on people instead of war machines. So Russia, China, India, all those BRICS countries, 45 now, making us the 46th. So we don't condone anything that will be violent or make war and upset another country with another country overpowering it, like what Israel's doing with America, overpowering other countries and not in their own backyard. If Russia went there and China went to America in its backyard, they wouldn't like it. So why do it to other countries and steal all their minerals and gold and money and kids? Why? Why shift kids around the world and shift everybody from one place to another when they don't live there? They want to go back to their own land, and that's what we're here for, to put the natives back on their native land where they are used to living in their own environment instead of these lackey, Pakia, British and American and Europe countries just switching everybody around and make them into refugees in their own country is as bad as you can get. Okay, no more of that. We're going to go right back to the beginning where we came from and where we've got our own beliefs, our own spirits, and those fellows on that side got no spirit. They got churches, but they are all hell. The churches are making the most money when the church is supposed to be looking after you. They're making money. They're in it for real estate, and you can see who are the 10 most um, um, rich people in the world, and the Vatican is one of them. You see, the Vatican is making money for itself and stealing at the same time. So that's the image of 2024 going away. No more. Finish. Gone. Okay, no more image like that. It's for children now and their future of making the most out of the land that they lived and born on. Okay, not go to some other country where they're not born on and try and live and be refugees in somebody else's country. No, they've got their own country where all the minerals are. Just like Africa. Boot the British out, boot the Americans out, boot the French out, and say we can govern ourselves. The same as here. We're doing exactly the same. The government's going out. We don't want them anymore. They're surplus to requirement, and we want them out of the way and run it ourselves on AI. We've got AI and Mr. Lee, Kai Lee. He's Google's previous CEO of Google. Now he's got his own company teaching how to do AI. It's in the wrong hands at the moment. So that's what we're running our government with. AI. You don't need anybody in there. You only need someone to look after AI. And I'll be giving them a call again and set it all up so that we don't have to have all these drones in Parliament wasting money, taxpayers' money, and looking after their own private company. No more private company like that in conflict to interests of the people, the public of New Zealand. It's they're feathering their own nest and not for the public's benefit of tax. They're going to tax and for themselves. And Luxton, the Prime Minister, get this. He's got 30 houses, real estate. Do you see what he's in there for? To make money for himself and his own selfish needs. Okay, no more of that. We take them off. No more. No more. Off gone. All those rich people that are making money out of your taxpayers' dollar is going to go. All going. And AI will fix that up. You AI ask AI for something and tell you a better answer than those stupid politicians. There's no brains. Waste the money. When they retire, they're still getting paid. No more. They're not going to get paid anymore. Out. No more. Finish. Cut. Okay, so that's that. Paddy, I hope you can hear this. I'm going to go into Aotearoa in a minute and catch the courier on the way to Gisborne, or they got a shuttle from the hospital to come pick me up, go there, come back in the day, and then that's this day gone. And then I can work on spell checking the 5 documents before they go to the development bank to get assessed for the loan. Okay, no less than 10 trillion. Okay, that's my pound notes. You know how much those are worth. Okay, so I'm just figuring out how it's going to work on other currencies in trading. If we get a fish, I just work it out. If we get a fish for Japan, I'm going to call Japan. I'm going to get one of the little gadgets that you can talk in English and comes out Japan. I'm going to get one of those and talk to my Japanese mate, Kinoshita, over in Isotobe in Japan, and the farmers there on 14 cooperative factories. They've got 14 factories on an island, Isotobe, one of the outer islands, and they do seaweed, sushi, and I took some over, and they said this is the best in the world. It's right where we are here, the best quality, only because it's out in the sun longer and under the water less, and thrown right up on the rocks, and it gets scorched by the sun longer hours. Instead of a normal 6 hours, they'll get 8 hours in the sun and black. It gets black and filled with nutrient. That's what makes it sweeter. The black one is better than the green one. So that's what they told me there, and Korea was the same as well. South Korea tested it as well, and took heaps of it to Japan in my suitcase, in my clothes. Put it in there and packed it up live. So there, no, too bad, gone now, long ago. So we're going to get those people to come here and live with us on a block, and they'll have it up and running in no time if I get all the equipment, the buildings, all the equipment in the sea and on the land in the buildings and the aquafarm fish and everything, and divers. I'll get about 50 divers, and that's ticketed marine divers that go beyond 80 meters deep. They've got to have a certificate, qualified marine diver to employ by us in the sea all the time. And we'll get the ships and everything, all those helicopters and whatnot, every single thing, just one shot. And it's been taking a long time to put this together, and not for amateurs. Okay, not about anybody that think they can do it. You just have to know how to do it, and won't be getting a job just to think you can do it and won't do it and end up smoking dope. You're not going to have those spoil this lot. And it's just engineers for a start, and the people who are qualified to do any job will be screened out and not going to wreck this lot. There's nobody going to wreck this lot from bad behavior or aggressive marketing or whatever. It's going to be clean cut and for everybody in the world, all the natives in the world, and including the natives of New Zealand. And you can't just jump in and be a native. No, you're going to have to go through school to do that from Maori. Maori is not native. Okay? You can't mix them up. They don't go together. One is true and loyal, genuine, and sticks to the land and doesn't veer from it. Okay, you don't need substances to keep you going in this field. I don't like the kids to be brought up like their parents and drinking alcohol and smoking dope. Okay, out. First sign of dope on this project, out, gone, no more. You won't get back in again. You go out. Okay, that's all I can say about that one. And we want to be scrupulous. We want to be a 5-star hotel. I want to be the top in products. That's why I'm getting Japan best presentation of seafood in the world, and I know them very well. And they will have top grade everything, meat and everything on the bridge as well. All the meat is processed on the bridge and is packaged chilled, not frozen, chilled. It's all going to fly straight out on our own planes, straight to where it's going in the same day it's packed. Okay, chilled, just not frozen. I don't want frozen. No more frozen. It's just not the same quality. You get top dollar on chilled, just live or chilled, but the tuna, you can't have it live. Okay, it needs an ocean to keep its oxygen going through its body. It must travel. It travels all its life, and it can't sit still and have a rest. It's got to keep moving because that's the only way they can get oxygen in their body. That's why they take so long to catch, because they're trying to keep swimming to keep the oxygen going through their body and keep alive. No gills. Okay, it's a fish with no gills. Okay, I found that out. So what else can I say? Just to our team, won't be long. I'll just get organised and with Rapida tomorrow, um, Saturday and Sunday, and he might come over and go for a few things. He's in Rangitukia, get our project going. And we're going to just march on ahead, and our titles to the land are sorted, ready to go, and we've got our team up north and in Auckland to cover our tracks on the security team, as well as Gregory is up and the Home Guard up in Ngāpuhi. But that's a different kettle of fish, that one. They've got a long way to go. I need the armies right on the spot. I need the armies of each country and their military right there. Okay, on the spot. And I've got the right man to do that. Um, um, Donovan and his dad can sort that out. So there, I've had good talks with them and to pull the Pacific together first and foremost to get our people back together. I see Hawaii is trying to do the same, but they've got America in the way. It's very difficult for them to get their country back off America. And we're going to get Cook Islands back off the Americans for stealing it with our flag. That's a big offence. That is more than treason. That's grand theft treason for stealing Cook Islands belongs to New Zealand, not America. See, so they're bad terrorists to steal that off us, and we've dropped the War Powers Act 1689 on their head over their War Powers Act and put them out of business. Okay, that's how I do it. Best information is going to win out. Okay, the truth wins out over lies. There's nothing but lies. I've never seen so many lies come out of Israel and America. It's just not a good way to live on that model. It's last days. It's last days. People had enough. That's why countries are joining BRICS. And Putin is the leader of that now, not the Indian. So he's got a better profile of business-minded person, not war, although he's got nuclear capable stuff. It's in case that the Americans pull the trigger and can't get out of the trouble they're in. They're just nothing but trouble. The Americans are the worst people out for not getting Biden out of the way. I have never seen so much terrible, useless bastard in there that's trying to run a country with a geriatric pedophile. Yeah, those people are mad in the head. How can you possibly give your taxpayers' money to that mongrel and then he gives it to Netanyahu, another American? That one's American too. So they're Americans. The Americans need a good fucking hiding, right? And kicked right out of the place. Kicked right out off everything. Just take them out. We got our own money. Russia's got its own money. China's got its own money. And India's got its own money. And we've got our own pound note, a regional pound note with the 2 bar. The blooming British, the crooked one out of them all, the British themselves have got a 1 bar crooked, unpatented pound note. You see, they were the crooks in the first place. They're the ones that caused all this trouble in the world. The British themselves. That's gone and abandoned us. They've gone and jumped overboard into the sea and gone to Europe to try and make themselves bigger. They're making themselves worse than they were when they were in England. Now that England soil native land belongs to us now because they're gone. And we're on our own now with the Crown to recover the debts and the stolen gold and the stolen children and all the stupid things they've done to try and make themselves richest in the world. That's all they got. Money, 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 money. And not the life. Okay, so that's that. And anyway, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna have some water for breakfast and then my medication just to please them to make my blood pressure go down. It was good yesterday, my blood pressure, and then have a big feed later on. Going to me something good, and um, um, get prepared for next week too. I'll just take my medication till I go into hospital in Waikato, and it should show up bang on. I shouldn't have any trouble with my valves because I've had a specialist on it, and he's fixed it all up. All my arteries, everything is going spot on. I must get in touch with Tim Vaitoru and tell him to give this fellow a ring, or he's going to ring him anyway to have a go at him. He's fixed up all our pare and rapata and Tina, Jean Murray, my mate Gino in Chartwell and Hamilton, and he's a good friend of mine. Fixed him up, and he had bad bowel cancer and blood, and fixed him up. He's good now. So he's a flag bearer as well with me, and did the honours to take the flag into the LINZ, Land Information News, for Cook Street and Hamilton. He did that long ago and still there with us. Okay. Well, at least he's on the right track. So that's a good one for him. I'll make sure he gets looked after from now on. And loyal. He's loyal. And I don't say much for Alfred Mitchell and those other fellows. I don't think I should let them get off. That was I was told by our committee, is that no one should get off a court hearing. No one. And we've been discussing that, and I just want to bring that up with Gregory the next time I have a meeting with him. So that's changing. There's four of us, and not just me making decisions now. There's me, my daughter Tracy. She'll be doing the accounting, the real estate, the registrar of births, deaths, and marriages, and also whakapapa and many other things, business and real estate as well. She'll be looking after all that lot when she gets all these things up north out of the way, and then she can get on running the business, and no one will get away with nothing. I can tell just looking. In the whakapapa, that's the biggest issue. You've got to have a daddy. If you haven't got a daddy, no deal. You haven't got a daddy to show her, and she can put it through the court, no deal. That's how it works. You've got to have a father and a father and father and father. No use picking something and saying, this is mine, this is my father, this is my whanga. No, it don't work like that. Your bloodline or not. Your bloodline is you on your 2 feet with your own surname. So there, she can sort that lot out and get the records straight again because they're all up to hell. They're back to front. All the land titles in New Zealand are back to front, especially the whakapapa is corrupted. The Ngāti Pro whakapapa of Toi Karaka is corrupted. And Toi Huatai is the wrong whakapapa that Ngāti Pro is using. So there, that's just that one, according to myself and Rabata. We've got the books of Tuhoi, the big books for them. And in it, I've been reading it. And yes, that's right. It has been altered, tampered with the whakapapa. It's been all over the country. It's the same. One fraud is all the fraud. Okay? One fraud of Queen Victoria, legislating out King Ernest Augustus I, is a fraud. The whole thing is a fraud right through. Okay? So we backdated from her date in 1837 when she took over the reins from King William IV, that they poisoned him. Poison. That's all they got. Poison. They poison everybody, and we're going to get rid of the poison. Get rid of the poison with the War Powers Act, 1689, King William III, Dutchman. We're going to put that over everybody playing around with the poison and get rid of the poison. With that War Powers Act means if you get in the road of tampering with our contract with the kings, emperors, then you're in the gun. You get a contract on your head from BRICS military, and that's what it looked like now. Okay? So if you make the crime, you do the time. There's plenty of that on that side of Queen Victoria and Charlie. Charlie is not a real king. He didn't earn it. He didn't do any admiralty to make mortgage liens. We've got the mortgage lien flag. Okay, we've got the mortgage lien, mortgage lien crown and anchor. That's on my documents. You can see the date right back long ago. Gregory Cook picked it up and ran with it. Good on him. He can use it for his Cook family, but that's on our King line documents to the title and the bank and the original court of record, and that's what Charlie Pedophile can't do. He can't stand on his 2 feet and say where his daddy came from and how much work he did to put all that together. They just stole it. Everything they touch, they steal. Well, they're going to have to pay for all that 970 million trillion pound note back to us and our natives of 256 countries, including New Zealand. So New Zealand, not an isolated case. It's just one of all the other countries that have been screwed to bits by the British Crown and the Queen side, and defaults now to the King. Everything goes back to the King of King William IV and the flag, the only corporate flag in the world that has any sort of relevance to the Crown legal inheritance. That means its title and its money, gold, and everything that's been derived from the use of his laws. Okay? The mortgage, bank, trading laws to make money. And those churches, the Vatican, and all those churches made all their money from the same instruments that King William III put together with the Bank of England Act, 1694, and the Pound Note Act, 1694, was for the 2-bar Patterson pound note, not the 1-bar. You see, so this government here is playing around with fraud, and we're going to trap them in their fraud hinaki and build the hell out of them, one by one. Okay, that's including Eddie Mitchell, that Tainui fellow that screwed me, and the trillions that belongs to all you native people of the world in 256 countries. He stole my company. That's Ngā Atua Ewa Aote Limited. That's your company, you people, all you people in New Zealand. Okay, he's stolen it and sent paid for a barrister from New Zealand and paid for a Freemason from New Zealand to go to Edinburgh to check out what I'm saying about Te Waikato Wharehere Manukau, male chief, and they turned him into a female, the stupid bastards, Eddie Mitchell and Alfred Mitchell, said, Tainui says Te Waikato is a woman. See? That's where they're going to be thrown into the High Court in London and prove that Te Waikato male chief in those days, 1823, is a woman. Who ever thought that a woman in New Zealand was a chief? That's their brain for you, the white surname Mitchell, not an indigenous Manukau name. Don't talk like that. They don't talk stupid when it comes to whakapapa. The whakapapa that's there now is Pākehā driven. All right? The Pākehā in you and the Pākehā in me has caused a lot of problems to make money out of you and your castle, that's your body, and also the land that belongs to you, the native, and the resources, the natural resources, and your birth certificate as government bond, and also the lease on the land, which is your head lease of that Queen Victoria Trust, and we're taking that over, and that's the Moai King William IV Trust. Okay, Moai Crown King William IV Trust, taking over the Queen Victoria 1844 Trust. Now, if anybody wants to argue about that, stick an affidavit to me with your voice saying something, and then see if it lasts in a court, any court. Okay, you can take me to court the same way, but see how far you get in that one. Okay. With all your information, every little bit, all the way back on your 2 feet. See, so there, you have to do that so that you can protect yourself from being sued £1 trillion each on your head if you get it wrong. If you get it wrong, all those people are put their names and their photos in this court, you just can't get away with it. Because my committee is now saying anybody's name shouldn't come off, it should stay there. And that's up to me and Gregory Cook, because I put them on there because it put me through a lot of trouble. Those people I put there put me through hell. I can't just give it like that and say, oh, it's okay. It was all right. It was nothing to worry about. No, they spent all that time against me, all these years. All these years, those people have hounded the shit out of me up at Waitangi. And you can't just switch off like I can't just switch off like that without talking to my crew. If they say 3 of them and against me, well, that's 3 against me. Then whatever they say goes. So far, it's looking that way. Okay, just to let you know that when your name gets in this court, you got a big job to try and get off. You can't just say, "Oh, get me off," because somebody else puts your pressure on you. No, it don't work like that. You did it, and you put me in jail, you put me in a mental home, you did all these things. So you're going to have to pay for it. Okay? I just can't just let you get away with it. And all those people, 43 of them in Cook Street, put me in prison and the mental home. And the police did too. All the police. I put 13,000 police. All you get the bill. £1 trillion each. Just to get rid of the Rothschild Bank. Right? Bankrupt them with all your debt on your head for doing that to me. Okay? I can't say anything better than that. Then you got your profession, I've got mine. You stop my native court investigation of lands. I'm a native investigator of lands, and you interfered with my job, my profession as an investigator of native lands. And there's a lot of crookedness going on our land that we don't want anymore on our native land. And that goes for the rest of the world too. All their native land have had enough thuggery and piracy on it, and that's come from this pirates on the high seas. Admiralty law and maritime law. It's come from that. And that's come from the kings for the common law people, not these thugs and pirates that are in Parliament. They're going to get checked out. The whole bloody lot of them are useless. They are useless because you don't need all those people if you got AI. It does a better job. Just boom, like that. You got the answer straight away. Okay, we don't need fisherman who's a school teacher with a fisherman's portfolio. This is how stupid these people are here. Education and belong to some other trade. Right? It's just back to front. We don't want any more of that for our kids. Don't want to learn like that anymore. Specialize is what we do. Just like Japan. Specialize in doing something good. Okay, so that's all. What else? That's all. I'm going to go now. Before it's too late, I've got to catch the bus or the shuttle to the hospital. Better go. I'll see you later. Eh? Have a nice day today. It's Friday, 22nd of March 2024. Bidding you a nice day. See you later. Bye.